Nice stretching. Let's hit this thing. It's saying that there's people out. Notifications are going out. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Coming to you live from deep in South Texas. Wishing you a happy morning this morning. This is OMKR and Patrick. I hope this morning finds you healthy, whole, and well. Wealth you're on your own for. I've got some stuff to talk about today, and as you can tell from the title, part of it's going to be talking about AI because it's very interesting stuff going on in the world of AI out there, and how it affects or how we in the knife community are actually affecting AI. It's kind of interesting to think about, and I want to talk about that. Zach K, hi, how are you doing, sir? Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. And this is as good a time for any as for my blurb of thank you for coming, and please make sure you're still subscribed. Good morning, Ed. How are you, Mr. Harrison? I hope you are well. Make sure you're still subscribed, and if you have a time and you have the ability, set up a computer or an Xbox to spam a playlist of mine. It really has helped. We broke 70 hours yesterday. 74, as a matter of fact, is what we got up to, which was incredible. Thank you all very much for helping, and I'm going to keep talking about that as the day goes on. Good morning, Dana. How are you today? I hope you are well. I hope this morning finds you all well. I'm excited to be with you all this morning, and I have some interesting things to talk about that have popped into my head as topics. One of the reasons I think that live streams like this are going to become a bit of the way of the future. At least as far as people in the hobbies industries and people who like to have hobbies do. Yes, what is the weather? In Boston, beautiful weather in Boston today. We are overcast today, as you can kind of tell. I don't have the sun shining on me as usual. Overcast and cloudy. It feels like it wants to rain, but this being deep South Texas, it will not. In fact, my high today is supposed to be 100 even with the overcast skies, so it won't be as hot as normal, which is good. Today I'm playing with the 80-20.5, which has a good story for me to tell. Thank you all who are coming in. I want to talk a little bit about AI and knife content today, and I wanted to show off some knives. I'm going to be flipping this. If you are new to my channel, please, Marcos, thank you. Keep up the great movement. I am trying. This is turning into a movement. We're setting trends. 70 plus hours yesterday. Thank you all. Please set up something, spam a playlist. Let's get it over 100. If we can break 100 by August 31st, which is when I'm having a big huge giveaway, we will have the channel able to be monetized, and that will be awesome. That will be incredible. A hell of a birthday present for me. Just to achieve that by my birthday will be a big goal. So thank you for coming in and viewing the lives. Please stay, and also please set up a device to run some playlists of mine, or even watch some videos. Speaking of a movement, so what I'm thinking, I was thinking about AI. I have access to a business generative AI through the nonprofits that I'm on the boards of, and I also apparently have access to a $10,000 grant for Google Ads that, because I'm talking about the nonprofits here on this channel, I can actually possibly be using part of to advertise this channel. So this should get interesting. This has got to get real interesting. I was just talking to our board last night. I run a D&D game, and we're all on the same board. So we have our board meetings at the same time as our Dungeons and Dragons game. Let's see. So I was thinking about AI and AI content on YouTube, and you all have to agree with me that it's just everywhere. Anytime you turn on any kind of video on YouTube that's not something that was specifically created like by us in the knife community or silver community or some other hobby. Good morning, Mr. Skullfire. What you get is a bunch of AI content that's just regurgitating stuff it's sweeping from the internet. And some of it's great if you're wanting to do history stuff and things like that. But good morning, Burning Stables Forge. Thank you for joining. Please double check your subscription, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. So what I think is going to happen is because people are getting sick of the AI content, or if you're not, I sure as the heck am. Um, People are turning to go to lives. They want live discussion, live conversation, live activity, full interaction, and AI cannot, as of now, AI cannot duplicate this. Now, whether or not in the future it's able to, I would not be surprised if AI is not able to create an avatar and run a live stream like this and interact with people in the future. It may get there sooner than we think. Hello, I cannot read your name. That is in a language that I do not speak. But thank you. And if you wish to put your name in some kind of a phonetics that I can pronounce, I'll be happy to. But hi, thank you. And thank you for joining me. And please make sure you are subscribed. We broke 1K, but that doesn't mean I don't need the subscriptions to keep coming in because YouTube loves to unsubscribe people. And I'm trying to hit 3,000 view hours. If you have the ability to set up a device to spam a playlist of mine, I appreciate everyone that has been doing that. We broke 70 hours yesterday. We did really good. I mean, and you think that sounds kind of silly, 70 hours, but when you're trying to hit 3,000 hours, I mean, that's a full work week and plus of people's time. And I am really appreciative, so much so that, like I said, when we break that 3,000 hours, I'm giving away an ounce of silver. In the meantime, on August 31st, for all of you new people coming in here, I will be having a reverse birthday giveaway. That'll be my birthday, and I will be giving you all stuff, as will some really cool people. The big one is that Brian Winters is giving a fusion away, which is incredible. It's sold out. You can't get one. If you didn't get one, you're not going to get one unless you come to my live and you win. So, Brian, dude, thank you. Islander, how are you? Brian, dude, thank you. I'm humbled. I am deeply humbled. Then on top of that, Middle Complex has said he is going to send something to me as well, a knife, and I appreciate that. And then of course Marshall sent us a Mora, and then I have a ProTech Sprint I'm giving away. So this giveaway, and as well as a Vero Fulcrum pry bar, which has been customized in like $150 pry bar. So yeah, this has turned into a huge giveaway that's going to be a big deal. So thank you all, and thank you all for spamming those playlists. The participation has been wonderful, and I want it to turn into a movement. Yeah, like Marcos was saying, let's make it a movement. Let's make it a mission that we get this over the hump. And then, oh, I am far away still. I'm at about 700 hours, so I got to get 2,300 hours. And that sounds like a lot, but if we can get 70 or 80 a day, we'll hit it by the 31st of August for sure. And so that's where I'm trying to get. And these live streams are a big help. I'm running these for about an hour, and I get 10 people in. Yeah, that adds up. It adds up a lot. So I appreciate you all hanging out for the whole live stream, the discussion, and everything. I have knives to talk about today. We'll be doing that, but at 10 o'clock is when I really get into my normal time slot. I've just been logging on early because you all seem to want to come and check it out and want something to do. So that's awesome. I have playlists set up. In fact, I have a 10-minute plus playlist that has something like 8 hours worth of stuff in it that someone could just go and spam if they want to on a device that they're not using. And that's what I'm asking people to do. I know it's kind of a hack to the system, but they make the rules. And I know they don't count all of the hours. I've had multiple devices running, and they won't count it. I can watch on the online tracking. They're not getting it all, but they're getting enough of it, and you guys are making a big difference. So yeah, thank you, Burning Stables. And I'm bad with names. You can tell me your name, and I will try to remember it, but I will probably forget. But I would like to know it. So if you want to let me know, what is everybody carrying today? That is usually one of my first questions out of the gate that I like to know. And thank you, Ed. Thank you very much. Brown Sugar, good morning. You have a package that should get there today. I found the tracking. So it should get there today. And Blue's got there yesterday, I believe. Which is really cool. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. Everyone spamming my playlists. I appreciate you all. It is making a difference. Go back and check every 2 hours or so to make sure it hasn't moved on. It's done that to me a couple of times. Mr. Skullfire, I believe it. Like I said, we broke 70. I don't think it's counting all of everybody's hours, but it is counting some of them. So all the effort is appreciated. It's gotta, and it's got to be making a huge difference. In fact, I can see it. Stephen, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Dana, I think I said hello, but thank you for joining us. Please check your subscriptions, like I said. So I'm flipping a knife, and I want to tell a story about it. You know, I like to do a little bit of a story time, and I'm going to do it early today because this one is near and dear to my heart. Thank you, Brown Sugar. I do appreciate it. I am stunned by the pouring out of y'all, the energy, the support. Thank you. It has just been, again, it's humbling. It makes me feel special. It really does. And speaking of feeling special, that's why I brought this knife. This 80 um, 20.5 was a gift. And do you all know, online here, you might know, Unknown, welcome, hi, good morning, thank you for joining us. I know Unknown's been spamming a playlist too. And you know, with you all spamming a playlist, you would think we would be getting, instead of 70 hours, you know, if like 3 or 4 of you going, we'd think we'd be getting 100, 150. So I know it's just YouTube. YouTube is just doing their YouTube things. They like to do, but I still appreciate you doing it. So this was given to me by a gentleman here online by the name of Tree Stabbing Troy. Let's see, Mr. Skullfire is carrying a new Rough Rider today, Razor Trapper. Very nice. Yes, please put in the chat what you're carrying, and I'll interrupt my story to throw it out there. I want to know what you got. Also, what the weather it is. You are Korean. Hi, hi. How do you have a name for me? I'll try to pronounce it. Right now, I have Konda as the last part of your name there, but I don't know that that's actually, you know, the right way to say it or anything. But hey, thank you for joining us from Korea. That is so cool. I'm really flattered that you would join me. Please double check to make sure you are subscribed. And if not, subscribe. I do a live stream every morning, which would be nighttime, your time, every evening, your time, about this time. So this was given to me by Tree Stabbing Troy. And it was right when I was first getting involved with the knife community, as I appreciate that. Offset the playlist. Yes, Mr. Skullfire. I think it might be making a difference. That might be why they counted more hours. Um, Jumping down. Do you know Song Hwang Min? Am I saying that? Hung Min? Halftime BTS performance? No, I have no idea, and I have not seen that, but I'm curious. Um, Zach, you haven't picked your carry yet for the day, but you think it's going to be the Sheepdog Liner Lock from Kaiser and LMAX and the Arcfield UV. I like my Arcfields. Arcfields are pretty cool. LMAX is a steel that I'm a big fan of. I did a knife steel video recently, and I absolutely included it in one of my super steels. LMAX is a very good steel. So when I was just getting involved with the community, Troy gifted me this. I had was in a live stream, and it wasn't this that I asked for. Actually, I was like, they were talking about the Desert Warrior, and I was commenting that I'd been trying to get one for my wife, but every single time that it became available at Blade HQ, I didn't have the cash for it, and it was frustrating me. And I was just complaining about it on a live stream. And all of a sudden, I get a message, "Hey, send me your address," from this guy. I'm like, a little creepy, but yeah, hey, we got to reach out and trust people once in a while, right? Yeah. And so it's like, okay. And I did. And yeah, a week and a half later, 2 knives arrived. The little mini Desert Warrior for my wife, which my daughter stole. Now has, or my wife might have it in her purse still. By the way, I got to clean that thing like every month because of her makeup. It's, ugh. Anyway, Mo Batty, hi Trish, welcome. Thanks for coming in today. And so anyway, Troy had sent me this as well as that, and this is one of my favorite knives, just simply because it was gifted to me. It'll be a forever knife. It'll never go anywhere, and it allows me to move on to my next topic, or my next knife that I brought for today, which is an obscure one, but uses a very similar looking lock. Okay, so this is a Boker. And this is the Boker Merlin, and it's got wood inlays. Once you see the handle pattern, you can't unsee it. When it's closed, it ain't so bad, but when it's open, it's, yeah. But, and that's probably why the knife never made it big. However, it has what's called the Gorski lock, which is a backslide lock, very similar to the Shark lock. All right. And so what I think happened is this lock came out 25 years ago or 20 years ago. I guess it's called the Gorski lock. There's the guy's name. And this is an N690. This is numbered 198. I think they make 240 or something out of each handle material, and that's it. And what's unusual about this knife, besides the lock being very similar to the shark lock, is that this is a German-made Boker, meaning that it has to legally be a two-handed opening locking knife because it locks. However, as you can see with this lock, so this knife technically made in Germany, supposedly allowed to be sold in Germany, is illegal as hell in Germany, just because of that. Although it does have a nail nick so that you can do it the right way. I guess as long as no one ever saw you doing it, they would never know, right? Anyway, one of my favorite little knives just because of the story time stuff behind it, and of course that weird blade shape that you can't unsee, or not blade shape, scale shape that you can't unsee. And then the other knife I brought with me today is the ProTech Malibu for Warren Cliff Wednesday. One of my favorite all-time knives and will always be. The Malibu is just, it was a trendsetter. It was the first big button lock, and it will be forever, having a special place because of that in my heart. And it was one of the first really well-made button locks. And then, of course, ProTech using good steels and everything. And, of course, I'm a ProTech fanboy. Blue, thank you for joining me. I understand you got a package yesterday. Hopefully you got it in okay. At least that's what the post office is saying, that they delivered it. So let me know that you got it. And let's see here. So the Malibu, ProTech. Oh, yeah, ProTech's the only company that hasn't gotten on board with my reversed birthday giveaway. Maybe I need to message their customer service and say, hey, ProTech, I'm giving away one of your knives. You want to donate one too? Maybe I can get it. Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you for your stickers and swag stuff donations. I appreciate it. But that coin that I sent you was meant for you way back when the tornado happened, and I just am horrible at sending people stuff. I get busy and things sit and it doesn't happen, which this has got to change with the channel. So I'm trying to get myself into the routine of doing shipping on a regular basis and stuff. But I wanted to get that out to you because it's yours, and I had set it aside for you way back then, and so I wanted you to have it. All right, now the Malibu. The Malibu is, just like I said, one of my favorite all-time knives. It will always be. So what I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to rehash it again, is the AI takeover of YouTube and the internet and everything else. So I have access to a business level quality AI, which means, it's pretty cool. So I was asking it an interesting question the other day. I asked it to pretend, I don't know if you all, I might be really old on this one, but if you all remember a Nickelodeon cartoon late night called Pinky and the Brain. So I asked the AI to pretend it was the brain from Pinky and the Brain, and to tell me how it was going to complete its plan to take over the world tonight. And the results I got back were fascinating. I mean, truly fascinating to me. It replied, and I'm going to have to just put it in a synopsis, that trying to forcefully take over the world is just a really stupid idea. The way to successfully take over the world is to make yourself indispensable. Make yourself so that everyone needs you and that they can't live without you, and then you will have taken over the world. And so guess what? That's what I think AI is up to. They are in the process of it is in the process of taking over the world by making itself so useful that we can't live without it, and we're going to be stuck with it. But the nice thing about this type of content on YouTube, in which it's interactive, we're interacting with your chats as you send them, which send me your carries. Blue, you need to be typing. Get that carry. Let me know what y'all are carrying today. This type of interactive content cannot be duplicated yet easily by artificial intelligence. And nothing against our future AI overlords. I'm 100% a supporter of that, because I don't want to get caught in the basilisk trap, which, if you've ever heard of the basilisk trap, it's a philosophical conundrum. Mopatty, Trish is carrying Little Dixon rock pattern. Very nice knife today. All right. So the basilisk trap is that basically, if you run the assumption of if AI is going to take over the world, then uh, when it takes over the world, it is likely to not be happy with anyone who didn't help it take over the world. So once you know that AI is going to take over the world and that it exists, you are therefore obligated to assist it to take over the world, or you are condemning yourself. Yeah, you're condemning yourself, in the future, because if you don't help the AI take over the world, then it's gonna like sink you and kill you. Fascinating. It's going to remove its obstacles to its takeover, right? So fascinating philosophical question that we have there. So I'm certainly 100% in support of our AI overlords. Right, it's not when, it's going to take over, I know. It's not going anywhere. I don't hate it. It is what it is. I'm not a fan of the people that are using AI to just spam video after video after video on dumb stuff. And I think it's destroying YouTube for things like news, history, your long form content creation that people have been doing for years. It can now be generated by AI in 5 minutes, a lot faster than you can film it yourself, which is really frightening. And then, of course, the AI is stealing people's content and reusing it and repackaging it. So, fortunately, again, it doesn't seem like that AI is able to really utilize knife creator content yet. At least I haven't seen a whole lot of it. I have seen knife segments. Right. Yeah, well, I let it make my short. I mean, we're gonna have to use it. I have seen I've seen Jared Neves, I've seen Middle Complex, snippets of their videos in other videos, like top 10 knives that everyone should have. Everyone should be spamming videos. Oh yeah, except mine. You should be spamming my videos. Shouldn't be spamming the creation of videos. That was my point. Because it saturates the internet. So there's only so much view time out there in the world, right? So only so many eyes that can be on things. And it's a lot, but it's still a finite amount. And every time a million new videos is introduced for people to view on a given topic, especially if it's being introduced by AI content rapidly, it diffuses the view time so that real creators don't have the ability to make things and have them get traction and make money. And so there's going to be less and less real creators. It's just the way it's going to go. There's going to be more and more AI generating spam videos, things like that, which is why, like I said, I think live streams are probably for the next year or two, at least, maybe even longer, going to be the way it goes for people who really want live entertainment and want entertainment that is interactive and not just being canned out and generated by an AI construct. Although I think at some point they'll be able to even do that. I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah, exactly. You get same thing with me. You don't get any editing, and on all my flower pictures over on Instagram. By the way, I do Instagram and I give a flower every morning. So if you like flowers and you want to go over, subscribe to my Instagram, and you will get a new flower every morning except Sunday. And I do that for an involved reason that I've explained before, but I would sincerely hope that you would enjoy the flowers and go check them out. A different flower. I don't use the same flower ever, which is kind of cool. That's the kind of the thinking behind that. So I'm still trying to figure out how to use all this stuff too. I'm doing this on my phone, obviously, for the live streams, and I kind of chose that on purpose. To mimic success, because Middle Complex had a lot of success filming videos in his car while he was on breaks at work and stuff like that. And the best way to be successful is to find out what other successful people did and then do what they did. I mean, that's just simply the way it works. And so, trying to make sure I get a daily video in, which these live streams are doing, and trying to get in sending a text, trying to get in a short every day, and then, like I said, trying to build up my audience. And by the way, I want to talk about building up community. That's another thing. With the saturation of the video space by people creating AI content. Hi, Clint, welcome. Thank you for joining us. community is going to be super important. People of shared interests that get together and talk about things on a regular basis. If that's how people are going to find out things in their area of interest more and more, rather than just browsing, because browsing is just going to get more and more of that same AI content. So people are going to have a community base where they go to and they seek out that type of content. So I'm certainly hoping to build that with you all, and I appreciate that. You all are giving me your time and views. It's a big deal. Which now is as good of a time as any to spam my giveaway. Having a big reverse birthday giveaway. It should be a big deal, and it's on August 31st. Make sure you set your calendars. It'll be around 10 a.m. I will probably start early, and I will probably run maybe even till noon that day. I hope to do it from my internal home office studio, and we'll see how that works out, if I can have that ready by then. Let's see. Blue is carrying, as always, the Aries Raptor and the Holly Indo Rapper, and the Burkles Crusaders. Burning Stables Forge Small Fixie. Hey, BSF, you need to tell him what the name of that fixie is. 2 1 Moon Seedlings, Wisco Vortex XL, Tempest Tornado, and Mach 71, and a Roach XL, and it looks like Blue is still typing. I love your list, Blue. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm only at 4 or 5 knives today. I'm not at the at the high normal level that I would normally be at because of running the videos. I only brought a few. I did bring. I think you guys already saw this, but Clint, you might not have seen it. This is the Boker Merlin. And the reason I brought it is it has a very similar lock to my primary carry, which is the 80 20.5 today. And that's the shark lock. So I was talking about that earlier. And mainly it's a German-made Boker for Germany, but it is a one-hand opener. You're not supposed to have that. It was not intentionally made that way. I think it just works that way. So either that, or I'm just the type of person that abuses the system if I can find a way to do that. And speaking of abusing the system, boy, was that a good segue. Speaking of abusing the system, go spam some live streams for me. I appreciate it. I know you guys are showing up. And Blue, thank you for coming in with your carry list so that people show up to see it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you all giving me your time every day, Monday through Saturday, around 9:45 or so to 10:30. I really appreciate it. In addition, Blue is carrying a Wingspan, a TRM Pitbull, a DBD Glideman, a QSP Hedgehog, more Maker Trapper, the Koei River Kayak, the SOG Power Pint, the Victorinox SD Leatherman Free T2, Leatherman Squirt ES4, several forest tanks, and cool coins. One new cool coin indeed. Yeah, I hope that. Never, but wait, there's more. Never, I'm going to be doing that one on the giveaway. But wait, there's more. Don't leave. There's more coming. That's going to be fun. I am so looking forward to this, guys. Thank you all for building me up and generating the video views and everything to make this happen. This has just been a blast, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's really neat to look at the neat. My wife says I use really dumb language. I say things like neat. Sorry. It's really neat to look at the stats as they run on the YouTube thing, and just see that people are watching and doing stuff. Wow, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are 4 police officers cruising by? Because I'm flipping a knife? Nope, it's not. They're going on. Okay. So yeah, it's really it's really flattering. It's really, really flattering that you all are willing to wake up with me every morning, and I hope I am bringing you all a good day. Blessed didn't join us today. If one of you all would reach out to Blessed if you can, I will as well. Blessed is having a hard time, and shared that with us yesterday, and I think didn't want to bring people down. So, but if there's anyone that knows Blessed and wants to reach out, please do so. I will be doing so as well. And then I mentioned a couple other people that were having trouble recently. Nebu Cloud over on Instagram, as well as oh my God, my brain's going blank. Who Blessed? Yeah, Blessed EDC, Trish. they're having a hard time. I'll let them tell you if they want to, but they're having a hard time. And shared it with us, and then was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to." So yeah, if you can reach out. Uh, Cayuse the bring is it Cayuse? I'm probably not saying that properly. Cayuse? I don't know how you say that. Pokey slicey stabby. I like pokey slicey stabby. That's why we're all here, right? Yeah. We like sharp things. I'm a big fan of fine machinery, and a lot of the knives are just really well made mechanical devices. Which there's something satisfying in owning and manipulating a well-made device. I think that's why really expensive fidget toys exist. I've got a couple higher end fidget toys that are pretty expensive. Maybe I'll bring those the next time. And I think that's why higher end fidget toys exist as well. Is just simply because there's something satisfying in manipulating a really well-made, well-tooled device, kinesthetically. I find it very nice anyway. So I was telling a story about how I was gifted this knife. This is the 80-20.5 by Tree Stabbing Troy when I was first getting into the knife community. And it was a very kind gift that actually I think it's inspired me really to stay involved in the knife community and to keep pushing that it is a community, contrary to what maybe some people think. I feel sorry for them that they think that. But it is, we are very much a community, and the support you all have been giving has just been huge. It really has been. So how's the weather where everybody is at? I am looking at overcast skies and almost a little bit gloomy here for us today. I wish it would rain. That's probably the wish of everybody in the South when it gets hot, right? We wish it would rain, but it is what it is. And what else are you all carrying? Dana, what are you carrying? Clint, I didn't see you. What are you carrying? Let's see. All right. Also, I'm curious. We had someone in here from Korea a little while ago. I would love to know where everybody's at. I know you all have told me several times, but if you could throw it back into the chat again. I know Blue is here in Texas. And Trish, I am not. I think I should know where you were from, but I don't. Mr. Skullfire, I think you've told me several times, and then someone did tell me they were in Boston earlier, and my memory is just going all to hell. South Carolina, that's right. You have told me, and my memory is just going all to hell. It's hard to keep on a running stream of conversation and then remember everything as well. Okay, nice. Dana is carrying a Eldorado bug out. Okay, very nice. Lookout Tucson. Tucson, some number, huh? It's getting hot in Georgia. You got to get more workout done. Yep, I hear you. And if you have to run, run. But thank you for coming. I really appreciate everyone who's coming in and sharing time with me. We'll be on another 10-15 minutes. So I'm working on trying to find stuff to talk about. I'm running, my stream of consciousness is running out. I'm actually a little bit tired today. Zach K is carrying a Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And all we have here is hot. Yep, isn't that right? Hot and more hot. There's different levels of hot. It's hot and then hotter. Yeah. Carrying the artisan cutlery gambit, says Clint Crosby. Very nice. Nothing. Okay, thanks, Ed. I appreciate it. Stick with me and help me get this time run. It's a big help. The live streams help a lot. I mean, they crank in, 8 to 10 hours in a 45-minute view period just with having everyone coming in and watch. And believe it or not, that's a big help. It really is. It makes it easier to get those bigger numbers with the view times. Almost 100 there, Clint, and muggy. Yeah, it's a little muggy here today too. I'm noticing that too. I feel I get my fur gets damp. I don't know how to put it. I don't necessarily get all sweaty or anything, in air conditioning, but when it's humid, because my hair holds in the moisture, I literally feel it on my skin, and it's the humidity. Yeah, and it gets to me. Brown Sugar, I know you are in New York. Yep, how's the weather up there in New York? Boston was supposedly nice today. How are you doing today? Kind of curious about that. Humidity. Yeah, you know what? For living on the coast here, we don't have as bad of humidity as people would think. We do have pretty high humidity, but there's usually a coastal breeze blowing, and so it doesn't feel as bad most of the time. But when you get a hot day, when there's just no airflow here, oh Lord, it gets brutal. And then even worse than that is if you have a hot sunny day, and down here the sun, I mean the UV index is usually in the purple or dark purple. Overcast today up there. All right, nice. Got my older phone playlist. Thank you, Ved. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Um, Brown sugar, overcast. Overcast days can be nice once in a while. Get away from the sun, like I was just saying. Although I tend to find gloomy, overcast days as just a bit on the downside. Blue, it's hot up there and sunny. Climbing 86. You got it easy right now. 86 ain't bad. We're already up to 90 and going up fast, and it's gonna get up there today. So we should be hitting 100. If the sun comes out, it'll get over that. So 59% humidity. Yeah, that's enough to make you feel a little clammy even just going outside. Anything over 50% humidity, and I feel it for sure. Actually, anything over 73 degrees, and I feel it. It's an interesting story. I was running I run an outpatient clinic. So in addition to doing home health and everything else in PT, I have actually run and helped design and set up an outpatient clinic. I have done published research in wound care. I have run as director 2 different nursing homes. And in fact, one of them was the second largest chain of nursing homes in the country, nursing home management. And I got my facility to the second place spot in the country of that chain. So, so I've done management and all that type of stuff. And I don't know why I was bringing that up. I was bringing it up because of temperature. So when I was running the outpatient clinic, I would have the thermostat set at 73, and I could literally walk through the gym and tell the moment the temperature went from 73 degrees to 74 degrees. Instantly, I could walk over the thermostat and boom, and I would know it. And I don't know how or why I'm so sensitive to temperature, but yeah, once it goes up above that 73 degree point, I feel it and I can tell. It just must be what my baseline body preferences or something like that. So anyone else like that with temperatures that you can feel the temperature and just you immediately know once it moves outside your comfort zone? I don't know. I find that interesting. If so, should be 84. Now 84 is nice with a breeze. 84 sunny with a breeze, or even partly cloudy with a breeze is a gorgeous day. I hope you enjoy it. It'd be very pretty to see. And now, yeah, lethargic over 75. I hear you. Now, brown sugar, you're in New York. I don't want to give away your address, but are you in the city proper or part of the city proper? Share with us. That's interesting. If you are, I find it fascinating. Where I am, as you've seen with my videos, is cross between suburban and rural. It's a little bit of both. We get a lot of rural referrals. I drive out in the country a lot, but then we also have housing subdivisions everywhere, like you wouldn't believe. And actually, with SpaceX being down here now. Yeah, by the way, if you didn't know it, I'm about an hour away from, maybe an hour and a half away from SpaceX, depending on the road conditions. They're still building that road out to them. And so with SpaceX being down here, business has just been booming. And then the Port of Brownsville is now getting set up to ship out liquefied natural gas and to do ship construction and to do large cargo drop off. Now they're getting set up to have the large cargo ships come in. So the Rio Grande Valley is coming. It's just booming. And so what used to be all orange groves down here is now turning into all subdivisions, kind of the way it goes everywhere communities grow. You can tell when the weather changes, temperature changes even slightly. Yeah, my body is super sensitive to the temperature changes at certain points. There's like thresholds, and then my body will say, yeah, it crossed that threshold. It's pretty cool in a weird way. I don't know if it's some kind of a synesthesia or just sensitivity to temperature, but it's interesting. Let's see here. I was talking about SpaceX, the Rio Grande Valley, and growth and environments. I'm waiting on Brown Sugar to tell me if she's living in the city proper, like high-rise buildings and stuff. Um, that'd be kind of a different. And Dana, you too. Are you in town in Boston, or are you outside of town in Boston? Um, and by the way, I played Fallout 4, and so I enjoyed traipsing around Boston. Well, at least Bethesda's version of Boston. It was kind of fun. Um, some of the history there that they included was pretty cool. So it was pretty cool. And so yeah, just transitioning to I like video games, obviously. So let's see here. Still waiting to find out if people are in the city. Who else? I would like to know also if anyone lives way out in the country anywhere, really, really rural, because I also find that interesting. When I was growing up, Indianapolis, I grew up in Indianapolis, in Indiana, and it was. I grew up inside the city limits, but it was still very rural. I grew up playing in cornfields as a kid. That was where we had fun. We had the dunes. We would ride our bikes out into the cornfields, and there was like some hilly areas that we would ride around in and make bike jumps and stuff like that as kids, right? That was back when kids did stuff like that, didn't just get on the internet like they do nowadays. We're doomed. We're doomed as a society, by the way. But yeah, those were the days, right? I mean, I enjoy that, and I kind of miss that kids aren't going to be having that. I wish kids would have that opportunity. It certainly helped make me a very strong, independent person. The Hills and Holler, Stacy. Stacy, I have been to Kettle, Kentucky, and Possum Trot. I lived in Louisville and Lexington both for a while. Thank you for joining us today, Stacy. I appreciate you popping in. Very much so. And all views I can get, boy, I appreciate it. We broke 70. I don't know if I mentioned this for anyone who's new coming in. We managed to break 70 for the first time ever yesterday. And I'm really excited because we're starting to get up. And if we can get up to where we need to be, if we can keep this up, we'll definitely get the 3,000 hours by the 31st here. I mean, we're talking, today's the 5th, so we're talking 26 days to get there. It wouldn't be hard if we can keep it. In fact, what is 70 times 20 is 1,400. So we got to do a little bit better than that, but not much. We might make it. I'm super excited. So, and even if we don't make it, Caneyville or Spring Lake. I've seen Spring Lake. Caneville. No, Caneyville. I've heard of Spring Lake. Don't remember where or why. Very rural in South Carolina. And there's something to the rural life that's very appealing. I wish I wish I had more time and experiences out in the countryside. I really do. We grew up in the cities and or relatively in the cities. 40 miles north of Bowling Green. Yeah. Yep. Over there by Evansville, Indiana, south side of Indiana. So, I like the rural pace of life. I think our lives have gotten so fast nowadays with electronics and technology, and there's just very very little downtime, very little sitting time where you just have hours by yourself with nothing to do. With the internet, it's just going to the city. I bet they do. Are you going to the city? Yeah, especially people from the East Coast where it's nothing but city for thousands of miles or hundreds of miles, and nothing but city. When you get out into the Midwest and it's all rural, it's a totally different world. Like I said, I'm a big fan of it. Let's see. Oh, we're getting close to that time where we got to wrap up. But thank you all for joining me. Please remember to go spam those playlists. I appreciate it. We are doing really good on getting our times in. Today, I am flipping a gift knife, which is the 80 20.5. For Warrenclyffe Wednesday, I brought along a Warrenclyffe, that being the ProTech Malibu. And then I also brought a Boker Merlin along. Let's see. I'm going to keep talking for a little bit, but I just got to do my wrap up stuff so that anyone who is I got to do my job. That's what y'all are paying me for with your time. Let's see. You grew up in Owensboro. That's too much city. Oh, you're in Owensboro. Grew up in Tampa, so you did have some city life when you were a kid, younger. Yeah, I like big city visits. I like going into big cities to visit. I don't like the traffic. I don't like the crowds. I am not the type of person who likes to stand in line. I would die at Disneyland or something like that. I cannot stand waiting in line. My lifetime is too valuable to me to be wasting it standing in a line. Okay. And so, yeah, I'm not big about that. That's the biggest thing I think about the crowding part of the cities is what gets to me. I'm not a big fan of that. So, just a reminder, set your calendars for August 31st, 9:45 to 10 a.m. Start time for my big reverse happy birthday giveaway, in which I will be giving away a ProTech. We will have Brian Winters giving away a Fusion. I wish I could say I'm giving it away, but he's donated it to me to give away. So there you go. Middle Complex has donated a knife. We'll wait and see what that is. I have to harass him on Friday to make sure he actually sends it because he's a big man and gets busy and forgetful. So hopefully, sorry, I have someone sending me messages about how they're spamming my playlist. He always did psychedelics at Disney World. I guess that would make it a little easier to be patient, maybe, and not be so flustered by the lines, I suppose. And in addition, there's like several other nice items, and there will be sticker swag packs and hanks and all kinds of stuff in that giveaway on August 31st. I hope to be monetized so that maybe y'all can give back a little bit, but if not, and we don't get there, then we don't get there. And it is what it is. I'm still doing it because it's exciting and I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be fun. And the irony is the way the numbers are going right now. The irony is that we'll probably hit the 3,000 view hours on that live stream. It would not surprise me at all if that's when we hit it, and it would be ironic as all get out. And I would be flattered. It'd be a good birthday present. I think that might be the way it ends up happening. And if it is, then more power. It's awesome. All right, let's see here. This is the part where y'all get to look up my nostrils while I try to get this thing sent off to production through YouTube. I appreciate you all so much coming out and joining me today. It's been a big help, and it's been a big thrill getting this channel built up and going. Keep in it. We've got another 3-4 weeks to go of cranking and grinding, and I appreciate you all being willing to do that with me and for me. It's a really flattering thing, and it's a really good kindness, and I appreciate it. You all have a wonderful day, and I hope I brought you some happiness and joy to start your day off with. We will be having Happy Monday live, or happy live streams every day, Monday through Saturday. At about this time, starting at about 9:45 or so, and running until I run out of things to say or until I have to go see a patient, which is what I need to go do now. So I appreciate